Boom, right? Oh, where's my show at? Where's my show at?
What's up, guys?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show. We're all here ready and raring to go on an awesome Monday because we love Mondays.
And refreshed after not having been around last week.
Yeah, we had a Monday off last week to do other stuff, and I still don't feel refreshed.
I know.
Uh-oh. Grant, you got a spotlight on your face.
Yeah. The shade on the door window come open.
There you go.
Who's all here? We got playing hooky, of course. Got to be here. Ball game pursuit. Grant, me, Stanley, and
Danny Baker
Steve up there. Danny Baker's in the house, one of the regulars.
Danny.
Weekend Warrior Outdoors. Good to see you all here. Appreciate you all stopping by and talking about what's going on since last holiday weekend. If anybody have any alibis, like they did something awesome last weekend when we had the holiday, go ahead and post it up there. Ben, good to see you. Post it up there in the comments, or guys up here on the panel. Have you done anything last weekend, this weekend? I don't know. Steve, what you been up to?
Nothing outdoors related, fishing or hunting related, I guess I should say. Nothing.
Nada.
No.
Okay, we'll throw it down to Grant McIntosh. What you been up to? I know you got some new equipment.
Yes, I've been on call, but I did got me a drone and a GoPro Max. Been playing with those a little bit. Did check my trail camera and had a couple nice bucks on it yesterday.
Oh,
so
nice.
Hopefully we can get a little video out once I get a little more footage.
Very nice. Very nice. And Stanley, what were you up to last weekend and this weekend?
I am finally my in-laws, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, Rachel's parents. They lived in Austin, which is about 3 hours from where we live now. They sold their house and they had moved in with me. It's a little crowded, but we're actually having like pretty good, family time and stuff. And as a result, I'm under the tutelage of Rachel's dad on getting some of these projects done around the house that I have not completed, and I'm loving every minute of it. Nice. So I'm a little bit dirty right now. I'm hoping that we're going to be jumping into some stuff as soon as we're done with the live stream. If not, we'll be doing it first thing in the morning. But that has been the last 2 weeks for me. That, and we're in the middle of a hurricane, so there's that.
Yeah, I was going to be the next topic of discussion. We'll talk about this storm coming at the Texas coast. I've been gone, so last weekend I didn't do much but clean boat, and then this weekend we had a little event here at Canyon Lake where me and Audrey and several of our veteran friends, old Army buddies, basically. For years now, I've been going up there to the military recreation site, staying up there for a long weekend, bring boats. If you don't have a boat, one of the guys rents a pontoon, and we just all hang out, drink, tell war stories, cook up a lot of awesome food and camaraderie. And this year was kind of extra special because we didn't do it last year because of COVID. They shut us down up there. So it was really nice to get together there. No fishing, no videos, none of that. Just, if you follow me on Facebook and all that, you might have seen some photos out there on the water. But other than that, I haven't. No videos or anything like that. Just a good time. So had a really good time out there. And that was the extent of my. I'm still. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm still. My eyes are a little bit. I'm not drunk, right? I'm just beat down from being outside on the
That's
water.
a good feeling for a Monday.
It is a good feeling. I was off today, so I did. We always, as you get older, you finally get smarter, and we've learned that when we go on a trip somewhere, like for a long weekend, we include the day after as part of our vacation time, just so that that's our recovery day. You got to go get groceries. You got to unload what you didn't unload the day you got home. You got to wash the boat today, all that kind of stuff. So that was our weekend.
Jeff Bottom, good to see you.
Playing hooky, I am 40.
Nice.
I'm curious. I'm curious why you ask. Are you asking how old I am because you're like, geez, that is the youngest looking 60-year-old I've ever seen, or are you asking because you're like, he's looking rough for his age?
Really?
I'm just curious.
That's
I
funny.
got a question for Jeff Bottom because I see he's on the side chat there. Jeff, I understand you and Aaron went salmon fishing. Tell us how you did.
Oh, I'm curious to hear about that too. That is so high on my bucket list.
Hey, Eva. Good to see you here. My granddaughter.
Ava?
Giving somebody, I seen somebody talk about the blue wrench. I'm like, man, I've been behind. There's some people that, if you've been on here for a while, I entrust you with a blue wrench. So if I haven't given you one yet, you should have one. Let me know.
Oh, speaking of which, I got a troll that's following me around. If he comes in, we can have a good old time with that. I'll let you know.
All right.
He's
Cool.
been harassing me all day.
Good Lord. Like people don't have nothing good to do with their lives. Gotta do crap like that.
I'd had my Canyon Lake trip video, and that was 2 years ago now, over two and a half years ago that I made that video. So he pops on and said how something to the effect of, why didn't I make the video about the lake? Why am I filming my family? He's sick of stupid family videos. I said, man, go watch a different video, or better yet, like if the video that you want has not been made, go make your own damn video. And so he came back and started giving me some nonsense about how he's like this big time professional YouTuber, and I shouldn't be talking to him like that. He knows what he's talking about. And it just kind of went south from there.
Peter says, are you calling him a troll?
That's the guy. Get him.
That's who it was. It was Peter.
Let me know. Share that.
What's
Yeah, I
up,
love
Peter?
those ones
Appreciate you
that-
coming in, man.
Those ones that have no content, they don't have anything to add except they're always throwing junk.
Yeah,
Always.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
So Stanley alluded to it. For those of you that don't know, down here in Texas, we've got it's not a hurricane yet. It's a tropical storm. Might make hurricane, I think they said, before landfall. Looks like it's going to hit around Rockport or maybe slightly north of there. Tuesday is what I saw on the last track I looked at. But yeah, just some more shitty weather. And then, I mean, that's bad enough, but the way it looks is when it hits, it's going to, if it does what they're saying, it's going to take a hard right and go right through Louisiana, where they've had plenty of rain already. And that's what they're saying. The main threat with this one is going to be the amount of rain. So that's not good for them.
Yeah, I think I've seen the last of the blue water that I'm going to see in 2021.
Yeah. We had a lot of disturbances in the Gulf this year.
Get used to it, man. That's going to be the norm. And I'm not one of those guys that's sitting there and trying to wax on about,
Weather change.
climate change. And I do believe that pollution is a problem. I'm a big proponent of ending single-use plastics and stuff like that. I don't know if the greenhouse gases that we are creating is a result of global warming and stuff. I kind of believe it does. I'm not going to be that guy that's trying to push that narrative on everybody. But these things are happening, and, expect more hurricanes.
Hey,
That's my 2 cents on that.
What's up in Backlash? Good to see you here, brother. Glad you made it.
Yeah, Rachel is saying she wants her 2 cents to be known on this one. She does believe that we all need to be improving our carbon footprint for global warming.
Well, you're gonna have to stop driving that old Chevy if you want to do that.
He says my Chevy is the biggest problem.
She's saying yes.
That headliner though.
Did you hear?
Uh-uh.
She said half of the gas consumption comes from that headliner.
Yeah, I've got the boat nice and clean, so somebody needs to do something about their headliner.
Yeah, true. I can't argue with that.
Bullock Experiences in the house. Good to see you.
Hey, what's up, man? We just did a live stream with him the other day, a couple weeks ago now. Excellent channel with an excellent group of people, sir. We very much appreciate you dragging us along for that one.
I know. I think it was Ben in here was going to talk about meeting up with us on that trip down to the coast in October. So still a go. We're looking at basic dates are like 7 through 10-ish October. I'm going to be there. I talked about having a camper, me and the wife, but that just kind of fell through when we found condo was cheaper than a camper. And we were like, stay in a camper for a long weekend or stay in the condo for. So
yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, it is a bummer, but we're still going to have a good time. We're still going to be out there on the beach. So still looking forward to seeing folks down there, anybody in the area that happens to go down there. Of course, it's during Sharkathon. So if you're going to go down there to participate or just want to come down and see it and hang out, we'll be there. You can hang out with us. I'll have my big A&J Outdoors flag flying. And if Stanley doesn't get his flag made soon, I'll put a little piece of paper up that Stanley wrote.
I almost don't want a flag just so that I can see that. I want a picture of
that. That way they can find us. We got to get a Grant McIntosh flag, too. Hell, we just needed an outdoors crew flag is what we need.
Yeah, that'd probably be a fun thing. That'd be worth investing in, I think. Because then we could do remotes. Mm-hmm. We could go, if I'm at a Port Aransas for the weekend or something, I'm doing some fishing, we're live streaming. I can hang that thing up in the background.
There you go.
Be neat.
Be very cool. Oh, what you guys got going on? Any stories, any subjects you wanted to bring up tonight?
No. Basically the same. Been a long week. Ready to do something fun.
What's the weather been like up there in Illinois?
It was cool the first part of last week, but the end of the week and all weekend, it was upper 80s, 90 today. So humid again. Yeah,
we cooled down for a bit, but it's been in the 90s. But for us, the humidity died like last Thursday. It died. And we were up there because the area this lake is at is known as the hill country here in Texas. And temperatures are a little cooler usually. And it was really nice. You get a couple mornings, it was in the 60s. So that was real nice change. Now, of course, today we had some thunderstorms blow through. So it kept us in the 80s. But I think by day after tomorrow, we'll be back up in the 90s. Yeah, Ben, glamping, that's where it's at nowadays, brother. Me and Audrey done with sleeping in a tent on a floor or on an air mattress or whatever. I'll be by myself if I say I want to do that.
They had a place in Port Aransas. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And it's gone now. It blew away in the last hurricane, but it was called Camp Keokon or I can't pronounce it. It's a Karankawa name. But Koakoan or something along those lines. But basically, it was like these. They had this lot, and it was in the middle of town. Like they had to build this 12-foot fence around it so that you didn't feel like you were in the middle of town, across the street from the high school baseball stadium. But they had all these little framed huts, like it was framed like a room, like a little cabin. But then they covered it in canvas, and you had like a little mini fridge in there, and everyone had a window unit, and it was a little cabin, but it was canvas, so technically you're camping. It was glamping. And I used to think that was the coolest place in the world. It was only $10 less than a hotel, but it was less than a hotel.
Very cool. Very cool. Danny says it was gorgeous at Canyon Lake yesterday. So I left there yesterday. I was up there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we left on Sunday. You're doing some snorkeling. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I want to get back into doing some of that over
Will Croy's in the house. Good to see you, Will. Now, Will, he's been in here
What's up, man?
before. He's a fisherman out of the San Antonio area here. Big into bass fishing, but does other stuff. And I seen one of his videos the other day, and I hadn't seen much in a little bit. And I realized he is opening a new tackle shop here in San Antonio. He's he's got a few videos showing the property that he got, and he's renovating the property, painting and doing all that and getting it set up. So I'm really excited and looking forward to following along with that. He also has, he doesn't have that shop fully running yet, I don't think. Will, you can tell me if you do, but he has an online store, which is kind of what I used to do, 5, 6, 7 years ago. So that's pretty cool to see. Good to see somebody here in San Antonio jump into that. And I wish you luck. And I will definitely check it out when you get it open. Matter of fact, Will, I can take that route right by your shop because I saw where it's at. I drove by it the other day when I go to work or on my way home from work when I have to go into work. So,
yeah, Will, when you get that up and running, I want to know. I want to be in on a little marketing for your endeavor there.
Mm-hmm. For sure. What else is going on? What else? It's up.
You're up and running now. Okay. I didn't know that. You sounded like you were just setting everything up. I apologize for being behind the times. I'm behind on a lot of stuff, so don't take that personally. I'm behind in life in general. At this rate, I'm gonna die at like 110. But
I heard. Yeah, he is.
yeah. Rachel in the background. Yeah. So, Will, I'll get in touch with you on that one.
I just got a call. I got to go find out what's going on at work. Got a low level alarm on the GST.
Oh, damn. That's what happens when you're on
Good
call,
luck,
brother.
man.
Good luck.
Later. Sorry.
You can get back in
Later.
time.
Bye, bud.
That sucks. So for those that don't know, he's on call right now.
I'm about the same boat. I'm about the same boat with texting phone business calls here too. I apologize, guys.
It happens. We understand.
You can tell them no. You're the boss.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought that was the whole reason that you took that boss job.
Yeah, that's what I saw when we drove by, Will. There was some it was blocked off and it looked like they were working on the entryway into your shop, the parking or whatever that is right there. So cool. Yeah, definitely going to stop by. I wish I had, let's see. Hold on, Will. If you want to, I'm making you a mod because I trust you. And now you have the capability to share links. So if you want to throw up a link to your store site, go ahead and put it up there in the chat. It should allow it since you're a mod now.
And I'll make a run one of these days. I've been wanting to do this with the guys in Corpus, and they never wanted to work with me. So, whatever, that's on them. But I'll make a run up there to San Antonio one of these days, and we'll just stop by, have a chat, take some pictures, and have some fun with it.
Cool. Hey, Nicholas, good job. Glad you made it by, bud. I hope you and the family are feeling better. I've kind of followed along with everybody being not COVID people, but everybody got a little sick there for the last few days. So hate to hear that. Hate to hear all that mess. So I'm glad I think you're feeling better. So that's good. Kiddo, I think, was feeling better. So that's good. So what else? Danny, you know what? Offshore tackle, there's not a lot of offshore tackle I use here in Texas. I do still buy the stuff for up in Michigan when we go walleye fishing and stuff, and so then I buy it off of Amazon. But of course, if Will starts carrying that kind of stuff, I'll definitely get it from him instead of Amazon. Will small businesses.
I will. So this is a dude out of Salado, Texas. He's right north of you. Salado being just north of Austin. It's called Salado Lures, and this is a product that I'm working with him right now, some of these offshore jigs. We're going to be putting these things through the ringer. We're going to put them to use. I haven't done it yet, so I can't, vouch for much on that. But being that we're all kind of here in the same Texas boat and helping each other out, stuff like that, I'm going to throw his name out there the same way I would throw the name of your shop out there. Consider looking into him and maybe stocking a few of his things. And, because I'll be trying these out and experimenting with them and stuff like that. Kind of a loop conversation, you know what I mean? Just something to consider on that.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, yeah.
Salado lures.
Salado lures. Very unique. What else is going on, gentlemen?
I got my front teeth put back in.
So
Yeah.
if any of you are on Facebook, if you're not on Steve's Facebook, you should be. If you are, you should have seen his ordeal with his teeth over the last, I don't know, couple weeks. You've been dealing with that, right, Steve?
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks. My two front teeth were getting very thin because they strike the bottom teeth, so there was getting to be hollowing out in the behind the front teeth. So it's like a couple of chisels, and the dentist said, pretty soon those are going to snap. So why don't we just go ahead and grind them down and put some crowns in? Okay, sure. So he did that on a Tuesday. This was a couple of weeks ago, Tuesday, and it's like Wednesday night they snapped off. Oh, shoot. So I sent a text. He says, yep, come back in the morning. Thursday, he put them back in. Friday, they snapped off again. So that was Friday of Labor Day. So I sent another text. Hey, they came off again. I didn't expect to get anything back until, maybe Monday. And the following Tuesday was when I was supposed to get in to get the permanent crowns put in. Well, he texted me first thing on Tuesday morning. He said, if you can get in here today, I'll put your permanents in. So he did. And they work.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's Will's link to his. I think that's just Will. Is that just the online store, or can you get to the main store from that link? You let me know. But there you go. If you want to check out Will's Fish Tackle Marine link, it is right there in the chat for you.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Glad you made it.
Yeah, I'll
in.
be hitting you up on that.
Very cool. Yeah, so another issue we got going on here in Texas Parks and Wildlife put out notice that we've got the chronic wasting disease in our whitetail. And, I've seen that up north. Steve's got it up in Michigan. Stanley's family up in Wisconsin has seen it. From what I'm reading on their report right now, it's been found in 6 deer breeding facilities here in Texas. So sounds like Texas Parks and Wildlife and the Animal Health something or other department has really put a clamp down on those folks. But so what's the impact that you've seen from it, Steve, since you guys, it's very new here, but it's been around up there for years. What kind of impact have you seen from it?
You shoot your deer, and then you take it to the DNR so that they can do a test. And I don't remember because I'm not in that area. It's in Michigan, but not where I live. And I think what you do is you take like the head in, and they'll test it, and then they'll tell you whether it has it or not. I don't know. I really don't know. Huh?
Can you eat the deer?
We do.
Okay. I mean, if it had it.
That's how my front teeth fell out.
Yeah. You took my chance.
No, I'm saying if it tested positive, are people still allowed to eat that deer, or is like, no, it could affect people?
I have no idea.
We've
never.
Yeah, what is chronic wasting disease?
They get it from, if I recall, because there's several different things with the deer food, but if I recall, it's like when the water level gets really low, and they drink from these stagnant ponds, and they get that in them, that whether it's a fluke or something gets in them, and then it just more or less they just shrivel up. Stanley, I wished I could give you an answer, but really I don't pay much attention to it. It's not in our area, and
Gotcha.
I just hunt right here.
Now you can say I did a paper on it.
Yeah, Nick, I'm glad I got my teeth too. I don't have to wish for them for Christmas. I asked the dentist if I could have those two front teeth. So he gave them to me. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with them, but they're up on my dresser in front of a picture. But he did say if they fall out again, put them temporaries back up till you get back in. I'm like, man, I hope the hell this ends pretty quick. I'm getting tired of no front teeth.
Nice. Now you can eat corn again.
I don't think I will.
Don't
Danny
risk
said
it,
it's
don't
kind of
choose.
like mad cow. So mad cow disease is something we dealt with when I was stationed in Germany. It was real bad over in Europe at the time, and it's a little different. Like they, up until it was either a year or two ago, since I was there during that time, and this was back in the which time was it when I was over? I think it was when I was over there in the 80s. We weren't allowed to donate blood at all because we were there during mad cow disease, and I don't know what, why, or when, or who, what. But then, just within the last 2 years, here in the States, they changed that rule where you could donate blood. So, kind of weird.
Now, I thought mad cow was the result of cows eating like cow meat, and it caused like a prion or something is what it was called. A
Well,
prion.
I'm not a Grant McIntosh, but I did look up on my phone. I'm going to read because I don't know how to put the link up. Chronic wasting disease is a prion disease that affects deer, elk, reindeer, sika deer, and moose. It has been found in some areas of North America, including Canada, the United States, Norway, and South Korea. It may take over a year before the infected animal develops symptoms, which can include drastic weight loss, stumbling, listlessness, and other neurological symptoms. CWD can affect animals of all ages, and some infected animals may die without ever developing the disease. Chronic wasting disease is fatal to animals, and there are no treatments or vaccines. So I'm going to look down and see if it says anything about it's safe to eat.
Pete Papa says it's a neurological disease. I don't think that makes it unsafe to eat. I don't think. I mean, you don't want to be chewing on the spine.
There has been no reported cases of chronic wasting disease in humans. Studies have shown that the disease can be passed from animals other than deer, including primates. It's believed that most likely route of transmission is through consuming infected meat.
Man.
Okay, so whoops, I lost.
So I'm a goner in that scenario.
Well, I think alcohol kills it, so just keep drinking.
The last little part I'll read, it says there have been no cases of humans catching this disease either from contact or from eating the meat or of infected deer.
Cool. Okay. Hey, Will, thanks for stopping by, bud. Okay. Yeah, I don't sound like I want chronic wasting disease. The whole brain turns to mush part doesn't sound good.
What are you afraid of? It hurts your brain.
Dang, Stanley got one in there. You see that? All right, let me mute Stanley's microphone for the day.
Oh, my.
Oh, man. So Pete Pappas is in the house. Pete, what have you been up to? Who was it you were asking about salmon fishing, Steve? Because I missed.
That was Jeff Bottom.
Okay. Pete, what have you been fishing for lately?
Him and another friend went after salmon, and he said that Aaron caught a king and Jeff didn't get anything.
Nice.
I'm behind. You said Pete Pappas is in the house, but I haven't seen it come up on my chat yet. So.
Oh, yeah, he's way up. He's like,
I'm way behind.
You must be, because he's like 10 chats up. So
here it is. Yep, yeah. I see it now.
I was just wondering what he's been up to fishing wise.
Wild different disease. Describing EHD.
Has a good podcast on it. Okay. All right, Stanley, what you got coming up?
Man, I had a fun little thing. Okay, so first off, two things that I'm working on, and I'm failing at them both. I'm going to accomplish them. I'd like to have one out today, one tomorrow. We'll see. I'm letting the hurricane kind of dictate my life right now, and I'm enjoying that. One thing is I'm going to put out a hurricane vlog. I'm working on a hurricane vlog. Try to take advantage of the trendiness of it, but I'm trying to have some fun with it too. We always enjoyed hurricanes. I call it a hurricane. It's not one yet, but we're expecting that it's going to at least hit Cat 1 by the time it makes landfall. We'll see what happens. But I always enjoyed hurricanes. It's really cool because, you see this big surf and big tidal surges, and the roads flood, and it's like it can be dangerous, and you need to be careful about what you're doing. But really, it's just like an opportunity where you kind of get a couple of days off from school. Like when we're done here, I'm going to go hang out with the family. We're going to have dinner. And Rachel got to go off work early today. Savannah got to come home early. They don't got to go to school tomorrow. It's a nice, just event for us down here, unless they get really, really bad and you get a direct hit. So I wanted to make a little bit of a vlog about that, just to kind of record that experience. I wish I'd had it when we got hit by Brett in '98, or I wish I'd done one with Harvey, and I never did. So I think every hurricane was going to do that for Savannah's sake. If I'll put a video out in the event other people are like, hey, I've never been through a hurricane. I'm just moving down. What do I need to do? Like, well, first off, watch my video and you'll understand that you really don't need to stress too much, because I'm not making a stressful video. But maybe we'll make one too of like hurricane protocol and stuff like that for the coastal bend. I don't know. But that's one project. And then the other one is we put out a post a couple days, last Friday or something. I was like, hey, I'm going fishing. And a bunch of people jumped on that. And they were like, hey, I'm going fishing too. And I said, all right, well, let's have a little gentleman's bet. Let's see who can get the best picture. And that whole thing hasn't really come about, but people were really kind of into it. It was a fun little deal. So I think that's something that we're going to try again. I'm going to try to fulfill that as a video in the next couple of days here, see how it turns out. I got to play with the editing and stuff like that. But I had so much fun doing that. It was like fishing with someone, like you kind of have that little bit of that one-on-one. You have that little bit of an interaction. It's not just going and sitting on the rocks and putting a bait out. It wasn't just like, there's a little bit more entailed in it, and I really enjoyed the experience. So I want to try to figure out a way to do that a little bit more successfully again in the future. And those are the projects I'm on right now. See
Danny's Baker's comment there. I hope you're kind of kidding, but it could be that you're not. They're
That's
not
awesome.
The windows because the plywood's more expensive than the windows are. That's ridiculous.
And actually, building materials have started to go down.
Yeah, they do.
Yes,
finally.
Thank God.
Nothing else has, but building materials has. Our gas kind of come back down a little bit, but not that much.
Pete Pappas, haven't fished in a while, waiting on Erie to cool down, and that's kind of where I'm at too. I mean, there's been other things that's kept me occupied. I haven't been fishing since Hog Gray with you guys. That's how long it's been.
Wow.
I did go one other time. I keep forgetting about that, but that's the last video that I made was with you guys. And I do want to get out. I don't know. Might end up going with Pete. I don't know. Do want to get out though.
Yeah. I bet I'd be drying out if I were you, man.
Oh, I got so much
you need to get
stuff going on right now that I just busy with other stuff.
You need to get going fishing. He says, dude landed a 46-inch cobia on a kayak last week. Where at?
Whoa.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. That is a good one. You can get into those, man. You go sit off the oil rigs for a little while. My dad's boat broke down about 10, 12 years ago, and he ended up drifting down the beach for about 6 hours. He had Cito come and get him. He was fine. But while he was there, he attracted a bunch of fish that came in to hanging around the boat while he was drifting, and he had about a 6-footer, 6-foot ling come and hang out by the boat. He thought it was a shark.
Matagorda offshore 5 miles. Nice. That's pretty dang cool. Trying to think any big catches I've seen lately. I haven't seen a lot of big.
They
catches.
got a big Rachel, what was that shark they got at Bob Hall?
12-foot hammerhead.
A 12-foot hammerhead.
Female angler.
I think I've seen it. And they said that they were able to release it alive, which a lot of times the hammerheads just don't survive. So that's pretty cool. I've seen it
When they're big like that, they use up a lot of juice.
Yeah. I've seen it on Facebook. They said it was a greater hammerhead. Yeah. Oh, Danny.
Yeah, like Peter's saying, it floods. You can fish in the street and stuff. I would dearly love to make that video. Monica, pleasure, ma'am. Thank you.
So, Danny, you said you got it on video for once. So you were out there with them. That's pretty cool. Good to see you, Monica. Glad you made it. That's pretty cool. Kobe, golly, that's a big catch.
It's been a long time since I've caught a big ling.
I have never caught one, so that's on the list. It's on the hit list. I hate calling it a bucket list anymore. It's on the hit list.
I like that. I'm going to run with that too, the hit list.
Hit
That
list.
ling, the trick on those, I'm not going to go too in detail. We can do that afterwards unless somebody wants to jump on the old Patreon. But the trick to those is you go find them at shrimp boats.
Hang around getting that stuff they throw back out, huh?
Yeah, they're pretty lazy. They're based. I mean, they obviously taste different, but they're really similar to like a really big remora in the way that they act.
Oh, it was you that caught him?
List.
You got a 46 incher. That's a big damn ling, man.
45-minute fight on the kayak. Wow. But it took you for a ride a little bit, huh? That's a big fish. That is a big fish. Hey, Stanley, I saw something. I didn't look into it, and I should have, but I got an email. You know, YouTube creators, they send you an email kind of telling how you're doing and some updates. And one of the updates was how to make, now you can make money on shorts anywhere to, $100 to, I think it was like 10,000 or something, and something about see if you qualify. I didn't look into it. Do you know the deal on that? Is that you got to have
they put together because they can't pay them with ads because you don't get ads on shorts.
Mm-hmm.
The deal on that is they put together a fund, like they basically took some of the ad money or whatever that YouTube makes, and they pooled it, and creators like who make shorts videos can now get a portion of that fund. There's not much money in it. So, you could make $10,000. You're not going to be the guy making $10,000. You're not going to be the guy making $100.
Gee, thanks.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, well, you got to be making like that $10,000 guy is somebody with 1 billion views. The CPM on those things is stupid low.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I didn't even click on it, but I thought it was news because I remember before you couldn't get nothing.
I mean, they're good for exposure, and that's about it. They're good for exposure and having, your content schedule. Like if you, for example, one thing that we played with, if you want to kind of boost the algorithm a little bit, one of the things you can do is double down on your posts. So if you post a video once a week, you can post twice a week, and you can kind of kickstart some things in the algorithm when you do that. Put a shorts video out. If your videos are on Mondays, put a shorts out on Thursday. And it allows you to do that.
Cool. Hey, Jerry, good to see you made it. There's Ben. Ben says, for Sharkathon weekend, should I be looking at hotel, motel, condo in Corpus, port A, without being specific on beach location? Where will the beach? Okay, so as far as I would say, it's North Padre. Sometimes they'll call it Corpus Christi, but the closest location for a hotel, motel, condo is North Padre, right? If you want to hit me back channel, I can give you the area on a map where I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's North Padre, so it's on the island, but it's south of actual Port Aransas.
You got to be careful.
Go ahead.
You got to be careful because, if you put in North Padre, a lot of times they will give you South Padre hotel options, and they'll even give you Corpus Christi hotel options. And some of those options may be good, like there's like a Motel 6 in Flower Bluff that you're not too far away with that.
Yeah.
But they might put you out by the airport, and that's a 45-minute drive.
Yeah, look around Packery Channel and Packery Jetties. Any place where the area I'm talking about is near Packery Jetties. You're within 5 or 10 minutes of Packery Jetties, and you should be good.
Miss Keener, I agree 100%. Perching or walleye, one of the two soon. I agree.
There you go. On the beach location, I'm not fishing Sharkathon. So for me, I mean, with my truck, I can go wherever I want on the beach. But Stanley, you're actually entering it, right?
Yes.
So you're going to want to pick a location that you want to fish. So I'm probably going to defer to Stanley on that. Wherever he tells me he's going, as far as 40 miles down or 10 miles down, whatever he says, that's what I'm going to go and look for, an old beat up Chevy. And no, probably he'll drive the Dodge. It's got 4-wheel drive.
I'll have the Dodge on that one. Yeah, we'll need the 4-wheel drive. I don't know what we're going to do. I'll tell you right now. I don't know what section of beach we're going to go to, but I can tell you that our options are going to be south of Bob Hall Pier, or it's going to be way the hell down Pins. If we have basically less than 3-foot seas, the 3-foot surf, I will be down Pins. As far as I can get down Pins, beach conditions going to be the main thing there. If we have bigger surf, I am probably not going to spend the time on that drive, and I'll be south of Bob Hall. I have a suspicion that there's a reason so many people shark fish over there.
Yeah, that's a good point. None of the people that go that I know fish around Bob Hall. We all fish down Pins, but that doesn't mean, that just means they're not local down there. Maybe they don't know. But I never thought of it the way you just explained it, where if the waves are bigger than 3 foot, don't waste your time driving down all the way down Pins and just fish south of Bob Hall. That makes sense.
Are you guys saying Boblo Island?
Bob Hall.
Okay.
Bob Hall is an actual pier.
Okay.
It's a fishing
Kind
pier.
of.
Because we have a Boblo here in Detroit.
Bob Hall.
That's your southern drawl. I don't understand what you're saying, Mister.
No, you Yankees just don't know how to speak the English. With your kayak, you launch at Bob Hall a lot. The rigs they are straight right out there, aren't they? That's the first time. You know what, Stanley, when we were down there the last time and fished that area just south of Bob, that's the first time I ever fished that area. I've always gone down on Pins to beach fish, so that was new to me. I noticed it's real slow depth. I mean, you got to walk out a ways to get your lines out there. I think that's what some of the guys like when you get down around 30 mile mark or so, those guts get real deep and those sandbars come
it compresses.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You take a look on and I've done this experiment. You go out on any day of the week by in Port Aransas, and you can walk out for like, I don't know, a quarter of a mile. Sometimes you can walk out to the end of the pier sometimes. Right. That is far more compacted the farther down. It's that accreting current. It's the currents hitting the beach at that curve. They kind of hit right there, pushes everything in and compacts it. Makes it a lot better spot for shark fishing.
Gotta say thank you, Miss Jerry Toner. Appreciate it. Cheers.
Appreciate you, ma'am.
All right. Wow. I got a kickstart going on, Laura. All right. So, Danny, you know what? Danny, maybe you can go down there and volunteer to kayak some baits out. There's probably some fishermen that
oh my God.
pay somebody to do that for them.
Danny, you don't even know. What's the biggest surf you can take that thing out in, and what do you charge? Those are the only two questions I need answered.
Right.
Because if I got 4-foot surf, I am going to have a hard time paddling those things out on a surfboard, and I can't do a kayak.
Yeah. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it. We try.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry.
We try.
That means a lot.
All y'all just need to come on down to the Texas coast one time.
I agree.
That would be
shark tournament. That's why they have shark tournaments. Come down and get yourself some shark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Steve, when you've been to Florida, you've caught shark there, right?
Yeah, Caribbean reef shark, about a 600-pounder.
So
you got
a little better fight than a walleye.
I've got a video. If you go back a ways, it's Floyd. I'm on Floyd's boat with my nephew Mitchell, and he hooks into one too. And neither one of us landed. Mine got right up to the boat. We could see what it was, and Floyd had a good estimate on how big it was. It wore me out. It was trying to pull a Dodge truck up off the bottom of the ocean floor. It was not.
They don't even know they're hooked. They want to go one direction. They're not turning around. Yeah. I've done that one. I've done that fight twice, and it does. It kicks your ass.
Yep.
When I got done, I didn't want to fish anymore. I just wanted to sit in the bottom of Floyd's boat, drink cold water, and say the hell with it. I'm played out.
That's what they did to me. We had I got this new shark fishing rod from my dad, and we went off on Perry's boat. And the first thing, my dad is like, he's excited, and he gets excited about the stuff. And he's like, we're gonna put this bait on. He could have had a big bonita, and we're dropping it down to the bottom. And he's like, we're gonna get AJ's. Bullshit. That wasn't happening. Immediately, I got sharked. It was about a 10-foot, 400-pound sandbar or dusky. Silky or dusky, and dude, that was like the first catch of the day. It was, like I was already worn out from catching bait for a little bit before that. Hooked into that thing immediately. Took me about 45 minutes to drag that thing up to the surface, and we took our pictures. We did our whole thing, and I was so bushed after that. I probably took a 2-hour break afterwards, and every muscle in my body hurt.
I bet.
The whole time Floyd is harassing me too. He says, "Hey, you wanted to catch a shark, buddy? There you go."
Yeah. That's exactly what they're saying. You're a big shark fisherman. You're gonna do shark tournaments. Guess what? This is what it's like.
Here you go.
You ain't got no walleye now.
Hey, Danny, the one thing with that drone is I'm not sure about south of Bob Hall right there, but down on pins, you're not allowed to fly drones. So if they catch you flying it, they'll go after you. And says,
with a bait dropper, huh?
Yeah, when I originally looked for a drone, I was looking for something that could handle high winds because that's exactly what I wanted to use it for, is down on pins, taking baits out. And then I started reading all the rules, and no drones are allowed to fly on pins. I was like, well, I don't need a drone that can fly in that much wind anymore, do I?
Ben, that is hilarious. I've never experienced that, but in the 90s when I was surfing, we did have like a little bit of a gentleman's arrangement where if somebody needed help paddling a bait out, I would paddle baits out for people. I never had anybody dangle money though.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've never heard of that either. That's pretty neat. That's the way to do it. He's dropped baits a quarter mile out. Nice. That's good distance.
Well, I mean the end of the pier is already halfway there. You paddle out just the same distance you just paddled, and it's an easier paddle from there. The paddle from the beach to the end of the pier is easier than the paddle from the end of the pier to the quarter mile mark.
Wow. Very cool. Wow. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Yeah, you should just sit down there at the entry to pins with your kayak on your truck and a sign that says, "We'll paddle baits for a fee." Somebody's going to hire you, especially somebody who goes by. Oh, we can get our own baits out there. And then after the first half a day where they couldn't get their baits out, we'll be coming back. That dude's still there. We'll pay him.
Dude, I would. I'll tell you right now. I want to tell you right now that you're hired. Come out. Let's do this. Game on. I don't know if I could afford you. I know how much you are worth, and I don't know if I could afford you. Like paddling baits out is super valuable. It's probably like I would offer you a cut of the winnings because that's how you win is by getting your bait out that distance.
Yeah, everybody that goes down there from up here, they're serious. They got the rigs on their trucks. They have kayaks. They paddle their baits out. They got the fighting harnesses. All the $600 reels, the whole 9 yards. So I'm like, no, I'll go down there and fish during that, but I'm not going to fish the tournament. I'm not digging in that deep for it. You know what I mean? I'm going down there just to hang out. And it'll give me a chance to see some of those folks too. I got a lot of friends that, even though they're up there here in the San Antonio area, everybody's busy. And I don't see them all year, and then I get to run into them down on pins. It's kind of cool. Yeah, there you go. Peter's got an idea for you.
You can't do that. I've under normal circumstances, I'm 100% into it. For Sharkathon, the rule is that you have to get the bait out under manpower. You can't use wind.
Ooh,
and don't think I hadn't thought about it.
Well, that just answered your second question there, Peter. So the rules about
the rules about taking baits out is basically like you can have a team of people helping you. The main person is the one who has to reel the fish in. Nobody else can reel it. Somebody can help you paddle it if they can paddle it and you can man the reel, or you can paddle it and they can man the reel. But as soon as you get back, that main person has to be the one fighting it. But then everybody kind of is. You need multiple people to jump in to tag and release the shark once you get them.
Help you get the pictures. I was looking at the rules a little bit, and they're saying it's very important that you explain to your camera people, because you got to have an SD card. You got to turn that SD card into them. It can have a certain format. And I was reading all that. I was like, dang, that's a lot of technical stuff for. But I guess it's something to do with people being able to edit pictures and stuff. And they don't want that.
Yeah. You can kayak because that's under manpower. You're paddling with paddles.
They got trolling motor ones now, but I guess they would get you for that. And
and they take a lie detector.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put you onto one of those.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I don't want to throw out secrets here or nothing, but one thing that I was kind of considering was, and there's some issues with this, but I wanted to put out an anchor line out to as far as I could get that thing. With an anchor line, like say use a kayak or a surfboard or whatever to paddle out an anchor to the fourth sandbar, way the hell out there. And then you can use that. Like, one of the big problems is, especially if it's like 6-foot surf, that is so hard to get baits out. But if I had a surfboard and I was able to, if I was able to just pull myself out through the surf, then I don't have to get beat up by the wave. It's like every time I get hit by a wave, I'm not going to get dragged back 15 feet, which is how that goes. Like when you're going out and then you get hit by a wave and it knocks you back. And then you go a little farther, you get hit by a wave and it knocks you back. And it's just back and forth like this for an hour sometimes trying to get that bait out. I've literally spent an hour trying to get to that third sandbar before. So a rope would eliminate that.
Because I have no idea what you guys are talking about, I got to throw a dumb question out there. We use offshore planer boards.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people use them in rivers because there's a current and it gets it out there. Could you use an offshore planer board, and is there current that would take it out there with your line? Would that work?
You could.
The waves, I'm not sure if it would, or if it just washes.
It depends on how good the current is.
Yeah.
And I think that would play into it. Now, if you had the current that you need to do that, you're probably talking about having, like, I would guess 3 miles of line.
Oh.
Because it's got to plane out, like a half a mile?
Yeah.
A mile?
You get a rip tide, toss it in the rip tide and let that pull it out.
Well, we use the rip tides to paddle out. It makes it a little bit easier.
I bet.
The rips will kind of, they'll cross over and stuff, so they're not going to be a straight shot from the beach to the offshore.
Yeah. Swim fins and a boogie board. There you go.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's still manpower. Swim fins would make anything easier.
Yeah, I've tried that with other stuff. With filming, I've done fins and a boogie board to get up to film surfing when I was trying to do that 10 years ago. You're not as fast. You're faster with a surfboard. If you're, optimal, you're going to be faster with a surfboard. But that's not a bad idea. Because you can plane out.
The anchor rope could cause an issue with all of a sudden you get a big shark on and they wrap into it.
Exactly.
Or if you have the people next to you get a big shark on, wrap into your anchor rope, and now it's your fault they lost their shark. They're going to be pissed.
Well, but also now it's your shark.
Yeah, you're pulling that anchor
hang
rope.
it up.
What'd you catch them on, anchor rope?
What do you catch yours on? Rod and reel. That's cute.
Grant just sent a message, guys.
Yeah.
Let's
You're gonna
see.
be there
Big
till
surf
after
is brutal
7.
on a kayak. Yeah, I tried kayak a couple years ago, and man, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't even get that thing across the second sandbar in like 2-foot surf. It was really rough. I've been doing it for 2 years now with a surfboard just because I'm accustomed to it, and I can do it. But that is going to be a harder thing to do when it starts getting upwards of 4 or 5 foot surf. That's going to be a difficult, just because I'm out of shape. If I was in shape, I could do it, but I'm not.
The shape I'm in, I just walk it out as far as I can walk it and sling it, and that's as far as it's going to go.
The anchor rope might not get in the way because it would just sit on the bottom. But then I'd have the like I would expect the bait to drift down a ways, and if the shark got it, I would expect him to pick it up off of the bottom. But I mean, yeah, it could get in the way. So I don't know what to do. Ideally, what I want, I actually talked to West Marine about this, but ideally, I want 300 yards of 6-inch foam, and I want to make my own pier, like a portable pier.
You know, I've seen people fish out in the surf off a ladder before. They haul a damn ladder out there to that, where second or third sandbar, set the ladder up, and then climb up on top of this dang ladder and fish. I'm like, that's crazy. I don't know.
I wonder if you could get scaffolding out there.
Wouldn't that sink in the sand?
Yeah. Slowly.
Yeah. But it gets sturdy when it did.
Yeah, it'd be more brace better.
Unless it kept sinking in the sand.
Yeah, or
It's only going to sink so far.
Get it back.
I don't know if you would. Yeah, it might be a one-time purchase.
Mm. Then you got to haul that scaffolding back out.
Well, no, because people leave cars out there sometimes. Scaffolding that might be sacrificial.
Wow.
Hey, it's structure.
Yeah, it's a good fishing spot for the next month until it rusts away.
Yeah. Weekend Warrior in the house. Good to see you, Weekend Warrior.
Oh, man.
Grant says he's glitching through the Matrix, I guess.
WWO?
Danny Baker says scaffold rental isn't expensive. You're speaking my language here. Just rent some scaffold. That'd be kind of cool, though. Imagine if you had a scaffold on the second sandbar, and that's where you're doing your fishing, and then have your surfboard there and take your baits from that scaffold, and then paddle them out to the third. That way, you're not as gassed by the time you get it out there.
Yeah, you have teamwork. Somebody bring it out to that scaffold for you. You take it from the scaffold out.
Put up a hammock. Good to go.
There you go. You
Buy a cheap set on Marketplace or Craigslist or whatever.
Attach some rod holders to it, to the scaffolding,
An A&J flag.
Yeah, there you go.
Flying over.
Now you're set. You know you're going to win. That will definitely get you the win. Folks, we've got 3 minutes left. So, folks in the chat, start thinking about what you got coming up this week, maybe next weekend, what you're going to be doing, and put that up there so we can laugh at you or congratulate you, whatever's happening. You know what I mean? Guys up here on the panel, I know I've got nothing spectacular coming up anytime soon. This coming weekend will be more boat work type stuff. I think, depending on the weather, we might get a little bit of, nastiness left over from this storm that's coming through down at the coast. Steve, what you got? I know we always talk with Steve about, when you're going fishing, he's like, oh, I don't know. And then, 2 days later, oh, I went fishing. So Jerry says it's time to go fishing, Steve. So
I know. I know that's an invite right there.
I got a little surprise I want to show everybody. I got to show this. So we did a couple of catch and cooks, or like cooking version of the catch and cook part, where we cooked some weird stuff in the last couple of videos. I got another one coming up here pretty soon, and it is the last time you're going to see my kitchen looking the way that it has. Because check this out. We got can lighting now.
Woo! There you go.
Working on cabinets tomorrow.
You getting
But check that. There used to be a There used to be a light. I get with that screen. It's kind of hard to show, but there used to be a light that was right up here, and that has now been replaced with canned lighting thanks to Rachel's dad.
Sweet. That's nice, man. Thank you, Ben.
The
You are a
lighting is
gentleman and
better now,
scholar.
you know.
Gentleman and scholar, Ben. I appreciate it. Yeah, we have had crazy weather.
Where are you at, Rachel?
Ben, where are you actually located, real quick?
I think he's out of Houston area, right? Galveston?
I think so. Somewhere over there. But he was talking about launching down this way, so I just wondered.
I got to quick address what Jerry Toner just said. She said, heck yeah, Steve, you and Chris. And yep, Jerry, I don't know if you know, but Chris got a different job. He's not working the same.
How's he liking it?
He likes it. He likes what he's doing.
Good. Hey, Shannon.
Nice.
So I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work with him being able to go every weekend like we were doing before. We'll just have to see how that plays out.
You guys will figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gentlemen, we have reached that time. Folks in the chat, thank you again for coming, hanging with us this weekend. Come back and hang with us next weekend. I believe next weekend we are at Grant McIntosh's place. If it changes, it doesn't matter. We will advertise it. Click on the link in the advertisement on our social media, and it will bring you to wherever we're at. And we will see you next Monday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. On the East Coast for you East Coasters. How's that, Steve? I covered you guys down good?
I'm not on the East Coast. I'm Midwest.
Close enough. Yeah, whatever. You're 7 p.m., right? All right, y'all. Have a good one, guys.
Have a good night, guys. Hashtag Orchard Fish Sticks. I love it.
Fish sticks.